Guys, so I hope you had a great trading day and a great trading week. I hope you was in the green for the week and the day. But I want to do a little recap video of the week in terms of news you may have missed and using this news for next week on the market. Okay, I have a couple of them. Now there's going to be some on the high end. The premiums are a little expensive, but there'll also be a few that are a little bit lower, a little bit easier entry on that premium, especially if you're looking to hold it for a little bit, more extended period of time. Okay, so I'm going to go to Yahoo Finance because, all of the blogs are now charging to read articles. So we're going to go somewhere free and we're going to get into these articles, do a quick recap, and just some stocks that I want you guys to keep on your radar going into next week. The first one is CoreWeave and Meta. Now, if you've ever traded Meta, you know Meta is up there a little bit on them premium cost, okay? Especially if you're doing swing trades and especially if you're doing leaps, you already know. But overall, I still want you guys to keep it on your radar, okay? CoreWeave stock surged as $14 billion deal with Meta signals limitless AI demand. Okay, so to get a little into that, let's see, we just read that part. So CoreWeave, an NVIDIA-backed AI data center operator, will provide Meta access to NVIDIA GB300 server racks, according to Bloomberg, which first reported news of the deal. Each of those server racks contains 72 of the chipmaker's Blackwell AI GPU, which is the graphic processing units. Now, there's 3 of them that we can begin to watch, which is also added NVIDIA to that. But for the most part, CoreWeave and Meta. Now, Meta also has earnings coming up soon, so we can kind of notice them coming back down. Even with the news of this $14 billion deal with CoreWeave, Meta still came down. But hey, it's coming back to a level that I've been watching, and if we can get back there or back in that zone, I would definitely be looking to enter for long and riding that thing back up. So keep Meta and CoreWeave on your radar as well as NVIDIA. Now the second one. Now, if you've been on my page or my channel, if you're in my Skool community, you know we've been talking about Intel, INTC, everything that's been going on with that. NVIDIA invested $5 billion into INTC, but we're back again for two reasons actually. But the main one we're going to look at is this potential AMD manufacturing deal. But there's also rumors that they are seeking investment from Apple. Now, I, for one, believe that that would send INTC parabolic, okay? The rumor of just them seeking the investment sent it up, but them actually getting investment for Apple would definitely be one huge reason to keep Intel on your radar, okay? So Intel spikes on reports of potential AMD manufacturing deal. Keep in mind, we said potential. The same way with Apple, it was seeking a potential investment from them, right? And it's still pushed up, okay? So a lot of times people are trading the rumors and they can send a stock up and it'll rally, all right? Investing.com reported Intel shares are trading nearly 6% higher midday on Wednesday following a report by Semaphore that the company is in early stage talks to add AMD as a customer at its factories. AMD shares are also trading over 1% higher on the news. And this is to that mention of Apple. Intel has recently secured investments and public support from several major players, including the White House. If you don't know, the White House owns 11% of Intel. Now, I ain't going to too much get into what I believe with that. However, Trump was calling for Intel CEO's resignation due to his China ties. He goes and visits the White House and he leaves the White House and it's announced that he's giving the U.S. government 11% ownership in Intel. Just for those of you who did not know. Okay, so White House, NVIDIA, and SoftBank. The company is also rumored to be in discussion with Apple. Definitely something to keep on your radar because it definitely has been rallying up. The trade plan that I did on Intel was long before we got the NVIDIA news. It was simply acting on a bullpen setup and it was working out. But that next morning news hit, that thing shot up. Amazing, amazing play. So there's still more here for us to keep our eyes on Intel. So add Intel and AMD to your radar as 2 additional stocks to watch next week. Now, my day has been mad crazy today, and I have not really been in the charts. You guys, I don't know if you can tell, but I have contacts. I couldn't get these things in, and I missed a lot of boycotting and tweets from Elon and had no clue that we were boycotting Netflix. So, real quickly, to keep on your radar to the upside or the downside, who knows how this thing may go, because hey, we know one thing about Elon is that he has a cult following, and you just never know. Because according to this article, Netflix stock lost biggest weekly drop since April as Elon Musk calls for users to cancel subscriptions. All right, now let's quickly read into that. Netflix shares fell Friday, cementing their biggest weekly decline since April 4th. The stock dropped nearly 5% over a 5-day trading period, ending Friday as Tesla CEO Elon Musk continued to urge consumers to boycott the streaming giant. So today, they were down $9.21 on the day, and in after hours, they've pushed up just a little bit by 38 cents. Nothing too much to watch. Anything can happen in the after hours and, of course, once the market opens. But that is where we are, okay? So the drop comes as Musk amps up calls for a boycott, urging his 227 million followers on X to cancel their Netflix subscription and accusing the streamer of pushing alleged transgender messaging in kids' shows. Over the past several days, Musk has posted or reposted a series of messages criticizing Netflix programming. Cancel Netflix for the health of your kids, Musk wrote on Tuesday. Netflix did not respond to Yahoo's finance request for comment. So that's where we are with that. Okay, so keep Netflix on your radar going into next week to kind of see how this thing plays out, because we never know what Elon may tweet next, and we never know just how much investors, well, retail investors for the most part, will follow suit with this boycott and react to that, and it takes effect on the stock. So keep Netflix on your radar. And the last one is Oracle. Now, I've already talked about this one. I've also been talking about, looking for this thing to really skyrocket at some point as this deal with Oracle and TikTok progresses, okay? Now, I wanted to go to this particular article here where it says Larry Ellison once predicted citizens will be on their best behavior amid constant recording. Now his company will play a key role in social media, and that is with their ownership in TikTok, and they will be responsible for retraining the TikTok algorithm for the US version, that is, okay? Now, I'll come down a little bit. It says these comments have gained fresh relevance now that his company has emerged as a major player in the AI industry and is poised to play a critical role in the deal of TikTok US operation. TikTok's video sharing platform is among the most popular social media properties in the country. Oracle did not immediately respond to the request for comment. Now, going down just a little bit, the company has an AI infrastructure provider and stunned Wall Street earlier this month by reaching a $300 billion deal with OpenAI. That was the second part of the news that I wanted to talk about to keep Oracle on your radar, which will purchase computing power over 5 years in one of the largest cloud contracts ever signed. Okay, and that would include SoftBank and Oracle and a number of others in this massive Stargate project. Okay, so I talked about this in a post as well as in a video of, keeping Oracle on your radar, because with them, once it really get down to this deal fully being done, we can definitely probably see Oracle push up. I know it's not ideal for a lot of people with this whole algorithm retraining from the current one to a new one for the US only. But hey, in the investment world, this could be something that could really push Oracle up in terms of value. So we just have to see how this deal progresses. But I'm pretty sure everybody should have heard by now, TikTok, Oracle. There's going to be a new version of the app, which I believe we will not be able to use the other app. We will have to download a new app in the United States, and we will be getting, some fresh new setups here, okay? We all thought probably would be Meta that would purchase it, but hey, you just never know how these things go. But I will say this, but I won't too far. I guess I won't elaborate much, okay? But this whole TikTok thing has absolutely nothing to do with China in terms of a security issue. But hey, that's a conversation for another day. Those are just some stocks that I want you guys to keep on your radar and to watch going into next week. So that way, as this news progresses, then you are able to make some move. Let's see, AMD, NVIDIA, as well as INTC will have some, low barrier entry there for you to be able to get into some premiums. Now, Meta, Netflix, Oracle, you will definitely see some expensive premiums, especially if you're looking to hold it for a couple of weeks. So I'm going to say kind of like 2-3 weeks or just further out. It'll get a little bit more expensive, but INTC will definitely be your most inexpensive one that you're able to trade if you are, low on your capital or you're just not quite there yet that you want to trade the bigger companies, okay? Well, I'm gonna say they're all big companies, but trade the ones that have higher premiums, all right? So with that, take that information, write it down, watch those charts, whether this weekend, do some planning, and prepare for next week. And with that, I will see you guys in the next one.